afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Connections for Life, your gas utility weekly update show, brought to you in part by UPSCO. I'm Ted Pete. I'm our utility contractor manager.
I'm Joe Surratt, business development manager.
And I'm Chad Kuvo, Appalachian regional sales manager.
You said Appalachian, right?
He did say Appalachian,
There's
right?
once, it is what it is. So, Joe, why don't you? I know we want to start out the show, especially with talking about what's most important to us, which is UPSCO. Why don't you give us an update as of today, which is April 10th, I think.
Yeah, as of April 10th, guys. Obviously, we're still kind of entrenched in the social distancing and the stay-at-home, work-from-home kind of thing. So current state, UPSCO is in just critical employees. We have our manufacturing operation running 3 shifts now, so we can keep people separate and we don't have to have people working on top of each other or too close. Excuse me. We also have measures if people do need to come to the organization for whether it's for a pickup or a part pickup of things of that nature. We have systems set up to allow them to be able to do that and still access their materials. And also, we just recently adopted if anybody does need to actually physically come into the building, they'll be faced with just a quick test to make sure they don't have a fever, and also a bit of a questionnaire to make sure that we can try to track their measurements and keep them safe and us also safe at this time. We'll keep updating you as we go, as these air, and we'll let you know what we're doing. But as far as UPSCO is concerned, we're status quo. Our numbers are still on, our emails still work, and we're still working and doing business. We're just doing it from a different location. So please feel free to reach out, and we'll be happy to help in any possible way that we can.
Okay, thank you, Joe. We appreciate that update. Getting as much information out there as possible. But today we are doing things, again, this is our first episode where we're bringing a guest on. Excited to have this gentleman here with us. We have James Taylor from Footage Tools up in the North Country of Canada, one of our manufacturers that we distribute for. James has been with Footage for over 23 years. We joke with him that it comes out of dog years. He's been there 4,000. He is their sales and service manager and has the distinguished pleasure of traveling with most of us UPSCO regional sales managers, utility sales managers, whatnot, throughout the course of the year. In his off time, I know that he likes to kayak, and somehow during this COVID-19 break has picked up four-wheeling as a hobby. But yeah, Chad, I know you've had some experience with him.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, James is always one of my favorite guys to ride along with me. He definitely makes things interesting. But one thing I can always say about traveling with James is I always learn something about their tools, and I hope that's what this episode brings you to.
Yeah, great point, Chad. I mean, I've known James for 10 years, and I've had the pleasure of spending probably more time with James in a car than I have with any other person that we actually travel with. He's a wealth of knowledge, and an industry just absolute is a gem in the industry, and knows his product line and the methodology backwards and forwards. So we're really excited to have him on as our first guest, and we're looking really forward to bringing not just James on, but some more people as we move forward to be able to help push some of the products and some of that information that maybe you won't be able to get to see because of what we're going through, to get that out to you.
Okay, and so without further ado, we're going to bring JT onto the show. Welcome to Connections for Life, James. Good afternoon, JT. Welcome to Connections for Life. It's good to see you, my friend.
Likewise. How are things for you fellas?
Hey, James.
Good. How about you, buddy? How you doing?
Good. Just living the dream.
Just housebound.
Yeah. I can imagine the projects you're doing.
Well, we're really excited. We're really excited to have you on. Obviously this is our first show. We're really happy to kind of bring you on as our guest. We've obviously all known James for a very long time. We've traveled with him extensively. James, you want to just really quickly give us a snapshot of what Footage is and talk about your tools?
Yeah, Footage is a manufacturing facility located north of Toronto. We make manually driven squeeze-off tools and hydraulically driven squeeze-off tools, and we also do water products too as well. And I've been with them for 23 years.
Why don't sorry, Joe. Why don't you tell us why squeezing pipe would be the method of stopping the gas, stopping natural gas flow or water flow for that matter when on a plastic or steel pipeline?
Preferred because it can be set up anytime, very mobile. There's no real work to be done. You don't need no line pressure. You don't need to put keys on. It can be easily deployed for service work and or in a calamity-based scenario.
And what size of the pipe would you be able to do with plastic and steel as far as
plastic
is concerned?
Yeah, plastic we can do 1/4 inch to 16 inches, and steel we can do 1/2 inch to 12 inch for steel.
Okay. Do you obviously with the steel, I would say there's not an issue with damage because the steel is a complete shut off and that's a cutout. That's for an emergency situation. But with plastic pipes, pipe, do you have any concerns, or what does footage do to alleviate the concerns of damaging the pipe during squeezing?
Yeah, all squeeze-off manufacturers' footage has to follow ASTM guidelines for manufacturing a tool, which prevents the over-squeezing or the damaging the pipe. So to do that, we have our indexable gauge plates on our plastic PE tools, which correspond with the SDR of the pipe, which prevents damage to the pipe over-squeezing. That's an ASTM standard that we follow in all our manufacturing.
JT, I know how your tools are set up and things like that, but I know there's a lot of other tools in the market. How would you describe your tool to be different than some of the other ones in the market?
Right off the bat, our tools are made of aircraft-grade aluminum, so it makes them noticeably lighter ergonomically for the crews in the field.
Sure.
So, and then also, secondly, would be all the parts and pieces that are included with the tool. You don't need extra parts or ancillary parts to bring to be forgotten or lost in the bottom of the hole if they get dropped. Everything is complete on the tool as you ready to go.
That makes sense. So essentially, they're a lot easier to use ergonomically. They're easier to handle. Essentially, I know one of the other things that comes up a lot, big time, especially when we go in and see some customers, is the relationship between the ASTM plastic pipe standards and the standards that footage is actually held to when squeezing pipe. If you could just elaborate, just give us a little quick rundown on that, that'd be great.
Yep. Again, circling back to ASTM, squeeze-off manufacturers have to follow our guidelines for manufacturing squeeze-offs. Pipe manufacturers follow their ASTM guidelines for squeeze-offs. Circling back to ours are set for 70% of 2 times the maximum wall pipe for our gauge plates to not damage the pipe. The key word in that whole phrase is max. Pipe manufacturers are not making max wall pipe anymore.
I can't imagine they're wasting too much plastic.
No. So we in fact we are actually under squeezing the pipe every time because the pipe walls are thinner. So again, we can sort of see each other are in 2 different silos, the 2 different industry, different markets.
Yeah, I assume. I mean, that all ties in together with the training aspect of it. I mean, obviously, with the tool, there's got to be training methods. I know that we've all been out with training with you, along with other employees of UPSCO. We want to talk about what the training requirements are, kind of what the steps and stages that we undertake to train to make sure that people are following those ASTM standards and staying within a safe, usable range.
Yep. So we have all the tools come with an owner's manual. If they ever get lost, there's downloadable off our website, footagetools.com. Secondly, would be coming in with, like Joe said, one of your colleagues come in, spend time with them in the shop setting, in lab setting, piece of pipe on the floor, steel or plastic. I will give it a run through with the manual, touching base on their procedures too they have, and letting them try it too.
And for those of you that have not traveled with James or obviously worked with James in training, really super important to get through. We spend a lot of time in the training of this, and it's something that we really focus as an important part of squeezing pipe. So it's a big concentration and concern. Ted, I know you had something.
Yeah, that's the truth, Joe. There was nothing more beneficial with me getting up to speed with footage as one of our distributors for it than traveling with JT and watching some of his training that took place. His interaction with the end user was phenomenal, and it equipped us to be better distributors of it.
Absolutely.
With that said, if you could pass along 3 nuggets of knowledge, what are the 3 most important factors that an end user must account for when they're utilizing a footed squeeze-off tool or any squeeze-off tool?
Any squeeze-off tool, keep it clean. Keep it in good operating condition so it's ready to go when you need it. Most cases, it's going to be happening. You're going to need it when it's 3 in the morning and substandard weather. It's going to be, we want it to work. Secondly, keep refreshing on your training rain days. Bring it in, try it, and also have it maintained too as well. I'll make sure it's maintained at first.
Okay.
Fully should trained on it, and then make sure it's maintained and cycled through any proper maintenance.
Yep.
Okay.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry about that. I got a little wonky with the video chat there. We were kind of talking on each other. just obviously, James, we want to keep this relatively brief, but I did want you to quickly just talk about the maintenance program and the things that you guys do to make sure that people are using a tool that is safe, it's inspected, it's clean, and it's in good working order. Can you just talk about that a little bit, as the programs that you offer?
Yeah, Footage and Manufacturers is a huge proponent of, staying with our customer, staying with our end user, the people who have supported us. So we have an inspection sheet for hydraulic or manual tools. We break the tool down into top bar, bottom bar, sliding bar, all the components of it. We can catalog it.
Yearly, bi-yearly?
It can be yearly, bi-yearly. It depends what utility wants to set up, how many crews they are. It just gives, we keep the electronic paper copy. Electronic copy goes to the customer, the end user. They can track and maintain, okay, this yard is costing us money, this yard is not costing us money. This crew is costing us money, vice versa.
And also, it gives you the assurance that to the customer that they're using a product that is safe and it has been inspected and approved and certified essentially by the manufacturer.
Yep.
So that's great. That's all good stuff. Again, we wanted to keep this short, James. It's been awesome having you on. I think probably we'll get you on again at another time. You're one of our favorites, as you know. We love you to death, and we're very, very blessed and feel very appreciative that you came on and on our first show. And just really thank you so much. And we're looking forward to getting out of this COVID homebound thing and getting back out on the road with you. So love you to death, man.
Guys. Take care, guys.
Thanks, guys. Thanks, JT. Be good, buddy.
Have a good one, JT. Well, thank you, JT, for joining us on Connections for Life. We really appreciate you coming onto the show. We're next moving into our next segment of industry updates. So one of the things of Gas Utility Weekly, Connections for Life, is we want to let you guys be aware of things that we know that are transpiring in the industry. I cover the Northeast for my utility territory, and I deal a lot with Northeast Gas Association. And it came down the pipe yesterday that the gas ops school in the summer in June has now been moved to a digital format. We want anybody who, virtual format. And we want everybody who usually attends that or was considering attending that to be aware that that's now transpired. And in addition to that, the only other thing I got is that a 3-month grace period has been extended by the NGA on all of their operators and contractors and the qualifications that they have to put forth. So,
fantastic.
Yeah,
really
be aware of that, guys. And over to you, Chad, for the appellation.
Yeah, I kind of cover some different stuff. I cover some national stuff. I just wanted to mention that NACE was canceled in the past. That's also been moved to in June. Not sure if it'll happen at this point. The other one I had was Morgantown has been canceled. Not canceled. It has also been moved to the week of August 3rd, which finds us with NACE that week, the Appalachian Gas Measurement Short Course at Robert Morris. Also, I believe SGA, which Joe will probably hit on here in a second. So there's 3 shows that week, but I just want everybody to be aware. All this info, those things are all available on their websites. Joe, I know you had a couple more for us.
Yeah, great points, guys. Ted, awesome, good stuff for the NGA. As Chad said, SGA has been moved to the same week as the others. I don't know how that's going to look and shake out. I think there might be some movement and change maybe as people start to really figure that out, or if we're even still going through this. So we don't even really know. Just if you're looking for information, guys, everybody's doing a phenomenal job. All the gas associations, SGA and American Gas Association, Southern Gas Association, Tennessee Gas Association, and there's countless more out there. And they've done a heck of a job of taking away some of the things that they have, some of the programs that you would attend, and moving them to that virtual format, that digital format. So I just would suggest, and we can put the links at the bottom of the page, as to the websites and things like that, but they have a ton of webinars and a lot of good information on there that I would really.
Cool.
That's perfect timing as he cuts out there. So Joe's going to bring us back when he catches back up into a preview of our next episode, but he's going to he's going to
definitely stuck. You were stuck, Joe. You're back.
Am I back? I don't know where I ended.
Next week's preview.
Okay, next week's preview.
That's all we need.
No problem. Next week, we're going to have on Sean Bauer from Layman's. Sean is wealth and knowledge. He works for a company that manufactures gaskets, all different kinds of gaskets. And Sean will bring a lot of good content.
You ain't kidding. That's another. That's just another barrel full of knowledge. Barrel full of knowledge that will be able to
I'm
share.
excited for that because I don't know so much on that regard. So
Yeah.
I'm really excited to just be a part of that. So with that said, we're gonna wrap it up here, guys. I want to encourage everyone who partook in the show today or watched the show today to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Follow us, like us on all of our social media platforms. We are going to upload this to YouTube primarily, and then we are going to share and upload to every social media platform we know. We're encouraging you guys to do it. And thank you guys so much in advance. Looking forward to talking to you next week.
Yeah, please go and please go like all this stuff. Also, what you're going to find probably in this YouTube video is all the links to JT's stuff. You're going to find links to footagetools.com. You're going to find links to their YouTube videos that do some training and things like that. Also, hopefully, we can also share some of those industry links as well.
Absolutely,
so,
yeah.
Thanks for listening and share our stuff. We love doing this stuff. It's been a lot of fun. Joe, you're up.
Yeah, I think you guys covered it. I mean, it's just we're going to try to get better with the content and delivering the content to you, not just obviously visually on this, but also to give you the links and the things.
I'm not going to get any better looking, so you guys are stuck there.
The takeaways from the people that we do talk to. So I just bear with us as we build the content and we start to figure out how this is all going to mesh out. But again, all very excited and couldn't be a better couple of guys to be working with and doing this.
That's awesome.
All right, guys. Till next time.
Stay safe,
we
guys.
appreciate you. Stay safe.
Talk to you soon.